Namaste children. Last sessions I have taken the economics first chapter development, and now I am reviewing that page wise. Let us see the page 3. There it is dealing with the what is development, that is how we would like to live or what we would like to do, that is the aspirations, the hopes to get the better life. All these things are regarding development. That is, we needed growth, we needed more prosperity, or we wanted a better life. That is the thing. And how we can achieve, that is through the democratic political process. We are having these possibilities and hopes. That is regarding the first page. That is, first page means the third page. Then the fourth page we have learned different people have different goals. That is heading what development promises. Different people have different goals. That is, the one person needed one particular thing, that is a ordinary farmer or landless farmer needed a school nearby his locality where he wants to send his children there, but a prosperous that is a high income farmer of Haryana needs to send, he wants to send his child to abroad for study purpose. So different people are different learnings. According to the situations, our goals will be changing, and what is development for one may not be development for another. That is another thing we have seen. Two different persons may seek different things which may be conflicting. I told you the example regarding the bridge, construction of a bridge. When a bridge is constructed in that, from that locality, the people may get better facility, or people can move through that particular area because of the help of the bridge. But those are having small shops or that one near the boat jetty, that they may be losing the job because nobody is going to get down that area to shop that particular shops nearby that particular area. So that through a bridge, some may be aspiring for a bridge, but those who live along with the living conditions of boat or some other shops nearby that, that they may not like this. Some technical unemployment may be there, and so people may a dam, displacement of the people. Dam is good for the industry, so the people needed more electricity, but the people who live in that area, the tribal people, that they may be displaced, so it may not be good for them. So that is some of the examples you can mention about that. And children used to get more free time to play. That is, of course, and but that the teachers may be needed more time to teach you because they are what they aspire for. Sometimes it may be different, and so we can see person can have different development goals, and what they may development for one may not be the development for another, and even it may be destructive for another. And next we have learned income and other goals. Income and other goals, we needed a regular work, better wages, decent prices for their crops, and so thereby they want to get more income. And more than this income, we needed equal treatment, freedom, security, respect of others, and they don't want any discrimination. And more than money, some non-material things also we needed. What are they? Quality of life depends upon non-material things. What is it? Friendship we needed, and pollution free environment, that is explained in the next pages also. So that similarly there are many things that we cannot easily measure, because what about the friendship, what about the treatment, what about the freedom, all these things we cannot measure. So but income we can measure. More than income, some non-material things also we needed to measure development. And coming to the page 6, we can see that apart from this, we can go through the job also. When we get a job, we will see what about the income, whether it is enough job security is there, what about the conditions, that is regular employment or security or high paid job security, what about the how many times, how many leave they will get, time to spend along with the family. All these things we have to take into consideration. So development, people have a mix of goals. Mix of goals means when a woman get a job, she may be getting more acceptance in the community, and safe and security environment may be good for that. So the respect for women, there would be more sharing of housework. So the people will in the family, they will share the work when a woman get job, and more acceptance. That we telling us development. People look at a mixed goals. And coming to the national development, the same thing. It is very important to keep in mind that different persons could have different as well as conflicting notions of country's development. Regarding country's development also, people have different perspective. What is development for one may not be the development for another. They will look the country in different perspectives, that is different notions, that is written notions of country's development. So better way of doing things, idea of benefit to large number of people, that is we are aiming at a national development. We think that better, that is well-being of the whole community, better well-being. And in your textbook, one example has been given regarding 500 tons of liquid toxin has been dumped in the area nearby Abidjan in Ivory Coast, that is western coast of Africa, where that it created it created a condition, a poisonous condition in the surrounding, and nausea, skin rashes, fainting, then diarrhea, and several people died. I think 7 persons were died, and 20 persons were hospitalized, and 26,000 people were poisoned. And so that time the goal of that particular country will be, that is people should get rid of all these things. At present also the whole world is looking forward the COVID-19, that we want to get rid of that. So national development may be changing. At the same time, several other development goals will be there, but most important is all TV channels, all radio channels, we can see that we are looking forward is what is the condition of the world, or what is the condition of the present our locality or our country or our district, our block or our state, like that. It may be different. And so in some other usual time, suppose we go back to January or last November, that it was not the condition. So that is a difference. And coming to their activity 1 also, that is varied. Our goals are different and they are varied. And page number 8, how to compare different countries. We are comparing different countries with the help of per capita income. National income divided by population is equal to per capita income or average income. And here we have taken into account the World Development Report of World Bank. World Development Report of World Bank according to 2017. Maybe I don't know the new textbook, I don't know the latest textbook what I am having. That is about the 2017. It is written about how the development criteria, that is the US dollar, it has been measured. The income which is 12,056 US dollar and above, those countries per capita income is that one. That country is said to be developed country, and whose income below 955 US dollar is known as or considered as less developed country. In between, India's per capita income according to that time, it is 1,820 per capita income in US dollar. So that that we come under the middle income group, and the middle income group is low middle income group. And so that is a comparison also. And our question is whether only by saying the average income, this is our per capita income, whether the per capita income is correct. We can say that all of them in India according to 2017, all of them are getting 1,820 per annum, that is US dollar per annum. No, we know that it is not. So that is why in the next page, page number 9, there first we have one table, it is written country A and country B. Their per capita income is 10,000, but there is large disparity of income. For country B, that is an inequality, 500, 500, 500. 4 of them are getting 500 income and one is getting 48,000 income. 5 persons have been taken into account. And as an example, the country A almost nearby 9,500, 9,800, like that it goes. But when we take into account the per capita income, tells that all of them are, that both the countries per capita income is 10,000, but it is not taking into account the inequality. That means that it is not particularly telling about how the income is shared. So that should be taken into account. This several times this table has been shown, or they asked to illustrate whether the per capita income can be taken as only the criteria to measure the development of a country. That example you can quote. Then that picture also been how the seeds have been shared in a developed country, in a rich country and a poor country. Yes. Next page, my suggestion is in the page number 10. First table is regarding per capita income Haryana, Kerala and Bihar, and next table is about the infant mortality rate, literacy rate and net attendance ratio. You take that table also into that first step, that is per capita income also along with this. Then you can see that what about Haryana? Haryana's per capita income. So you can easily compare per capita income, literacy rate, infant mortality rate, literacy rate and net attendance ratio. So what about the per capita income? That is 1,62,034 is Haryana's per capita income, and next Kerala's 1,40,190 and Bihar's case that is 31,454. Then that is regarding per capita income wise, we can see that per capita income is higher in Haryana than Kerala. Then infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate lower, that is a good criteria of development. So infant mortality rate, Kerala is having 10, so it is better than Haryana. Haryana is 33 and Bihar is 38. So there we are, that is the Kerala is Kerala's literacy rate, Kerala's infant mortality rate is lesser. So compared to Haryana, that is a good criteria. Then coming to literacy rate. Literacy rate, Haryana 82, Kerala 94 and Bihar 62. Of course, Kerala comes first regarding literacy rate. And regarding net attendance ratio also, Bihar, then Haryana 61, Kerala 83 and Bihar 43. So while we take into account the development, income should be taken into account, health should be taken into account and education should be taken into account. So regarding health, here we are taken into account infant mortality rate, and coming pages it is telling about a life expectancy also and mean years of school connected to education. Yes. What is infant mortality rate? It indicates the number of children that die before the age of 1 year per 1,000 live children, or in proportion of 1,000 live children. So 1,000 children, live children, how many babies before the age of 1 die? That is infant mortality rate. And literacy rate means proportional literate population above 7 and above. And net attendance ratio, total number of children of age group 14 and 15 is attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. What is the total number of children in the age group 14 and 15? How many of them are studying in the schools? That is net attendance ratio. And the same two table that is explained in the on the page 11 also. Page 11 also the same thing is explained, and that is which state is having more infant mortality rate, which state is having a less net attendance ratio, like that a comparison has been made. Then public facilities, that there comes an important question. Money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. Not money alone. We have to take into account pollution-free environment, unadulterated medicine, and when I took the class, I told you money may also not able to protect you from infectious diseases unless the whole of your community takes preventive steps. So, in order to live comfortably, the community, the entire community also take into account some other criteria needed for a better life. So pollution-free environment is very essential, and we should be free from infectious diseases. So the whole community should take preventive steps. In our case, what are the preventive steps regarding the regular hand wash and the using mask and social distancing. All this social distancing is very important, and the hygiene, personal hygiene is also very important. The community hygiene is very important, so we should be always aware. So that is very important regarding a society is concerned. We are talking about public facilities. So when we talk about public facilities, that is we are providing these goods and services collectively. Yes, suppose the government bus is availing or railways are availing, that it should be used carefully. because it is a collective use of the public the facilities. How we will get it is not for a one person we can provide, the government can provide, it is for the whole community the government is providing. And so, and regarding education also we can see that schools public for one person the schools cannot be allotted. So all these things should be taken into account regarding public facilities. And next page also regarding this, here it is given the example that Kerala is having low infant mortality rate and a better public distribution system. That is example given. Then it is regarding Uttar Pradesh literacy rate is given. Regarding rural population 76, male and female 54%, literacy rate of rural children up to age of till in between the age of 10 and 14 there is 90% male are literate and 87 female, and the percentage of rural children age 10 to 14 attending school, that is in about male 85% are literate and female 82% literate. That is one example they have given. And coming to next activity 3, here we can see what is BMI. That is, in order to understand health condition we have some criteria that whether that is overweight, one person is having overweight or malnutrition. For this purpose we are using BMI. So BMI also I have explained earlier. How can we measure the BMI? Take the weight of each student in kilograms, then it should be divided by the height in centimeters, the square of height in centimeters. What is the answer? According to that, in your textbook the example has been given, that is one person has got 28, that is overweight, one girl has got BMI 15.2, that is undernourished. The correct year and whether it is girl or boy, that is given in the pages, last pages, 91 pages it has been given. And human development report, here in the case of the human development report also it tells that not the income alone, we have to take into account health and education into account. That is why according to the United Nations Development Program UNDP New York has published in 2018 one table has been given. That is, what about the gross national income per capita income in purchasing power parity of US dollar? That is, $1 is equal to 70, if it is equal to 72 rupees, with $1 what you can buy, and there who is using dollar, and if it is India we have to spend 72 or 73 rupees to buy that much goods and services we have to spend, that is purchasing power. With 1 rupee how much goods and services we can buy, with 100 rupee how much goods and services we are able to buy. So that we are comparing with different countries, it is not easier to compare with our own or their own countries rupees. We have to take into account the dollar, that is pound, etc. So here we are using dollar as a criteria to compare different countries' purchasing power. Here almost Sri Lanka is in this account we can see that Sri Lanka's HDI rank is 76. Why it is? Because it's a GNI per capita income, that is per capita income is according to purchasing power parity 2011 is 11,326. India's case 6,353 only. So Sri Lanka comes first. Then life expectancy, there is about them Sri Lanka 75.5 years, that is 75 year 5 months. Our India's case 68.8. And mean years of schooling, Sri Lanka's case 10.9 years and India's case it is 6.4 years. And so what is mean years of schooling? Mean years of schooling, people aged 25 and above, it means don't think that it will be schools only. The mean years of schooling means mean years of education, mean year of education is concerned. So when you compare Myanmar, Pakistan, Nepal and Bangladesh, majority of this criteria is life expectancy. Nepal and Bangladesh is better than India. Then regarding Pakistan and all of the four countries mentioned there is below India's case. So that is how the HDI, our case, India's case, it is 130 is given. So HDI is given, that is gross national income, per capita income is given, then life expectancy is given, then mean years of schooling is given. Here also look at that, see that other than income we are taken into account education and health. So education and health should be taken into account while we are considering the development. And next page, it is telling about, is the same table, more explanation has been given. Then the sustainable development, we have already seen that it is fuller utilization of resources for not only for the present generation, for the future generation in an eco-friendly manner. And one example has been given in groundwater in India. About 300 districts in India, then you know that the groundwater level has declined by 4 meter. Don't think that 4 only. 4 meter decline the groundwater means that much decline has happened about 300 districts of India, and by the last 20 years, and 1/3 of the country is overusing water, overusing groundwater, and groundwater overuse particularly found in the agriculturally prosperous states like Punjab and Western Europe. Then comes Hard Rock Plateau. Hard Rock Plateau means that that is Jharkhand, that is lower portion of Bihar. Jharkhand Ranchi is mainly concerned about the Hard Rock Plateau and surrounding that area, that is lower portion, that is southern portion of Bihar, then northern portion of Jharkhand, then the Chhattisgarh, then western portion of Bengal, almost that is Chotanagpur Plateau comes under this, there also, and then they written South India, all these areas. So once more, Punjab, Western Europe, Hard Rock Plateau area of Central and South India, Central India and South India, you know that some coastal areas we can see that there we are facing groundwater overuse, and some coastal areas also. So that is, people should be careful in using the water. One thing is that water is a renewable resource. What is renewable? It is talking about the renewable resource and non-renewable resources. Water is renewable resources, the resources which can be renewed within a particular time period. That is, time is very important. That is water, that is renewable resource. But minerals, you know that will take a longer time. That is why we call them as non-renewable resources. Resources which can be renewed within a particular period of time is renewable, and those we needed long time period, you know that how the metals are formed, you know. So it will take a longer period. So that is non-renewable resources. Then exhaustion, natural resources, it has been written. Regarding example has been given, the Middle East, United States of America and the world has written reserves in thousands, millions barrels, it has been written. Middle East, that is 808. So it shows that the crude oil, whatever minerals we are having, that we should use carefully. Maximum wastage should be avoided. That is the meaning of fuller utilize. We have to fully utilize the resources. And so crude oil, and so what is written there, Minat, is regarding the explanation of that table. So in order to get development, sustainable development is very important. Presently, the present condition, you know that the sustainable development is very important, and this issue is no longer a region-wise or nation-wise. It is coming to the entire world. The globally, there comes the importance of exhaust. That is, our important resources are exhausting. So if it is exhausted, it is very difficult to live. And without oil, without diesel, without petrol, how the people can live, that you know. So you know that so the scientists, economists, philosophers and other social scientists are working together. Children, we just see majority of the paragraph line, last line is very important, or the first line is important. Some lines they quote and ask question. So here you see, regarding sustainable development is comparatively a new area of knowledge in which scientists, economists, philosophers and other social scientists are working together. Why when we are going ahead, at all times as a member of society and as individuals, we need to ask where we want to go, what we wish to do and what are our goals. So all these are very important when we are concerning about development. So that is the end of the chapter. Yes, go through that, and I hope you understood when we talk into account development, all these things are very important. Yes. Okay, thank you children.